All right, welcome back. Joining us virtually is our favorite April Sins. April, thanks so much for being here with us virtually today.
Hi, Taylor. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So we are getting ready for the holidays, and you have a really delicious appetizer that anyone can whip up.
So good. Yes, definitely. Spinach dip is one of my favorite holiday recipes, but sometimes spinach dip can have a lot of cream, butter, and cheese. So this recipe that I'm going to show you gives you all of the flavor, but just a fraction of the calories and the fat, just
Oh,
by making a couple of little changes in the recipe.
I'm
So you
excited
want to
for
keep
this.
the, I know, you're going to want to go home and make this immediately. Keep the spinach as the highlight of the dish. Okay, so I have frozen spinach right here. And what you want to do is take that spinach, let it thaw, and squeeze out all of the water that you can. Another vegetable that we're going to add, and this is optional, so if you're not a big fan of it, you can leave it out if you want, but I love it in it, is the artichokes.
Okay.
So I took some marinated artichokes and chopped them up really finely, and I'm putting those in there with the spinach as well. And then you want to finely chop an onion. So here you have three veggies right here in this dish, and then we're going to add all of our flavorful different seasonings on top. So I have a
Yeah.
little bit of minced garlic, and then I'm going to add about a half cup of Parmesan cheese. I love fresh grated Parmesan cheese. Put that on there. We're going to reserve some to put on top as well. And the way that I'm kind of cutting the fat and maybe adding like a little bit of healthier fat is using the mayo with olive oil.
Okay.
And so that's going to give us a better fat in there. It's also a little lighter in calories as well. And then I'm also going to be using a cream cheese whipped topping.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so by using the whipped, you save some of those calories and fat as well. So all you have to do is just mix this up, and then we're going to pan it up, and then we're going to be topping it with our some more Parmesan cheese and a little bit of paprika.
This sounds
And
so good, and we're out of time for this segment, but I'm gonna let you keep working. We're gonna check back in with April coming up in our next half hour, so don't go anywhere, guys. All right, welcome back. April is back, and she has some awesome holiday dishes for us. So that's the finished product of the spinach and artichoke dip?
well, yes. So I put this all together, and what you do is you bake it at 350 for about 30 minutes, and then it comes out so good. I have it all dished up with
Oh
some
my gosh.
veggies and some chips right here. It is so delicious. I was totally snacking on it during the break. Okay.
I don't blame you.
Yes, yes. So that's a really great recipe to be able to put together, and it's a hit everywhere you go. This is another recipe. This is so simple. Okay, so you take your grape tomatoes or your cherry tomatoes, wash them really good, throw them inside of a baking dish.
Okay.
Take some fresh rosemary, and we're going to combine some garlic. And this is going to be a roasted tomato dish. This is so good. The
Wow.
tomatoes with the garlic, and then you throw a little of the Rouse's olive oil on there and just toss it around. Bake it at 425 for about 15 minutes. It's a really quick dish until your tomatoes are bursting, and you just have this gorgeous dish that's the
Yeah,
roasted tomatoes. I absolutely love that one.
that
And
sounds
it's just
awesome.
something that's easy. And then another thing too is instead of meatballs in a crock pot, think about maybe slicing up some turkey sausage. So I just took some turkey
Okay.
sausage. You can be cutting down the fat with by using the turkey sausage. There's going to be less oil and grease in there. And then I'm going to use some sugar-free barbecue sauce on top of that. And that's it. That's all you have to add. And you just throw this in the crock pot for a few hours on low. And then you're just going to have this really delicious, seasoned up dish that is easy. It's a great little snack bite to be able to have as an appetizer. And then you're going to smell all those great smells throughout the kitchen as well.
Oh
So
my
just
gosh.
totally simple. I mean, you don't have to stress about
Yeah.
creating your dishes, and just making it really easy and simple, and highlighting those veggies too. Because look how colorful this
I
is
know. I love
alone.
the tomatoes. I love a good like roasted tomato. Now, April, would you serve that like on its own, or would you have like some bread and stuff to go with it?
Yeah, you could definitely pair it with some little like toasted breads or something like that. I like to have some crackers, like some Triscuits or something, something that's good and hearty to have with
Mm-hmm.
it. but it just makes this really easy side dish that you can just create. And when those tomatoes burst, it just lets those flavors
Yeah.
come together along with the olive oil and the juice from the garlic too. It's so, so good.
You're making me really hungry. We already had walk-ons on. They made me hungry. I can't. We need you back in the studio. April, thank you so much for these easy holiday dish ideas. I love them.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, and if you guys want the recipes, head to our website, klaf.com. We're going to post everything there. In the meantime, we got to check in with Adam Olivier.